Obviously, we have to do a launch control, so you press launch, the lights come on, apply brake pressure, full throttle, down. All right, so the best 0 to 60 on that launch control was 4.7 seconds. Obviously, my last was 4.6. This was the first time I was launching it. That is exhilarating as hell. I love this car. It's absolutely everything you would expect from an SRT model. I love what Fiat Chrysler Group is doing. They're packing as much as horsepower as they can in their expected cars like the Challenger and the Charger, and then they're throwing the same amount of horsepower in the least expected cars like the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT, and the Dodge Durango SRT. I think it's only a matter of time before you see a Dodge Durango Hellcat. I would love to see that thing as soon as possible. Pricing for the Dodge Durango SRT starts right under $63,000. As tested here, you're looking at right above $75,000. And it's not that bad once you realize what you're getting for that price tag. However, there can be some minor improvements, which I will show you in the next couple of clips. Power comes from a 6.4 liter 392 HEMI V8, making 475 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. And it's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and this engine is phenomenal. If you've driven it, if you've pushed it to the limits, you know this engine just keeps going and going and asking you to push it some more. 0 to 60 is quoted in at 4.4 seconds. My best has been 4.6 seconds, and that's amazing for a vehicle that weighs over 5,500 pounds. And top speed comes in at 155 miles an hour. It's just amazing how quickly this thing moves because of the sheer size and weight of this thing. Putting together a list of competitors is a bit difficult, but when it comes to performance, I'm going to throw in the Mercedes-AMG GLS 63, the BMW X7 M50i, and obviously the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk and SRT. Obviously, as you can see from the 3P comparison here, that the Dodge and the Jeep really make a big case for themselves when it comes to the most bang for your buck in terms of performance. This is where it really hurts. So you get 13 city, 19 highway. I'm averaging an outstanding and efficient 11 miles a gallon. So yes, it really hurts the wallet when it comes to fuel economy. You have a 24.6 gallon tank capacity. On a full tank, you get a range of 280 miles. It's almost like electric car range over here, but I mean, you get it. It's a 5,510 pound vehicle that has a 6.4 liter HEMI V8 in it. So what did you expect? Drive modes include track, sport, custom, auto, snow, and tow. Under custom, you could just set everything you would like to your own liking. You can even turn the paddle shifters on and off. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but that's available if you want to. As I've already mentioned, this thing is pretty heavy. It weighs 5,510 pounds, but it's amazing the way this thing carries its weight. I think the SRT team has done an outstanding job of balancing weight and power and giving you a real sports SUV. Absolutely love the design. The Durango was already a tough looking SUV, and the Durango SRT just takes everything to the next level with the SRT hood, a wider body stance and a lower body stance, and it just looks aggressive from every angle. I absolutely love the way this thing looks. I know the design might be aging a little bit, but this thing really stands out from the crowd. I drove some pretty expensive sports cars last year, and I hated the fact that some of them would charge you about $2,000 extra to upgrade to their advanced headlamp and taillight unit. Not here, this is standard. And it might not be that impressive, but at least it's standard. I love the taillights on the Dodge Durango, and they're the same on the Dodge Durango SRT. Nothing completely outstanding, but at least it's standard and it looks really nice. Real, and more real. Yes, the SRT Durango has the SRT hood, which has functional air ducts and heat extractors to keep that engine really cool because it works really hard. But yes, the vent game on the Dodge Durango SRT is as real as it gets. The gray color here is pretty nice, but the only color that I would get the Durango SRT 8 in is the F8 green color right here. It looks so nice with black wheels and black stripes. This color costs nothing extra. The only color that costs extra is Vice White for $595, which also looks pretty good with black stripes, but this thing is just amazing looking. The Durango SRT comes standard with low gloss black 20-inch wheels. You can get bronze or matte black for an additional $995. And check out that F8 with those bronze wheels. Looks amazing, but this is how I would get it. Matte black wheels, black stripes, and the F8 green. I want that thing so bad. The Durango SRT comes with insanely powerful high-performance Brembo brakes. Dodge says that it takes it 115 feet to come to a full stop from 60 miles an hour. These things are insanely powerful, and obviously the Dodge Durango SRT needs them. Behind the third row, you get 17 cubic feet, and with the both second and the third row folded, you get 84.5 cubic feet, which in English means you could put basically anything in there. And I love the fact these seats aren't automatically folded. You just pull this latch, push, and it's as quick as that. I love that. There's no button that you push and wait like 30 seconds for the seats to be folded. To bring them back up, it's a nice little handy rope. You just pull them back up, and they're back in user position. And to close the trunk, oddly placed button, but it does take a while. Come on, get out of here. There you go, pretty easy. So here's the thing about the interior of the Durango SRT. Styling wise, it's pretty outdated. However, it has all the modern tech you would expect from a car in this price tag and in this day and age. You have Apple CarPlay, you have Android Auto, you have lane keep assist, you have adaptive cruise control, you have blind spot monitoring. You have all that, but the styling is just a little bit outdated. I wish the center console would have been replaced from that giant touchscreen we saw in the Ram, and I hope that happens very soon because it is just slightly getting outdated. The most outdated thing that I noticed is the e-brake. You know how most cars have just a simple button? The Durango SRT, God, it's windy, still has stomp for the e-brake. But that's okay, because it still has all the modern tech, just in a very outdated style. The gauge cluster here is pretty simple. It has a couple of options. You can see the performance pages here, so you can see your last or best 0 to 60 time, your quarter mile, whatever have you under your performance pages. And then you have a bunch of other settings, including driver assist, your fuel economy, which I'm averaging 10.9 miles a gallon now, trip information, and a bunch of other settings. But yeah, it's pretty simple here. If you know me by now, I'm a huge fan of Fiat Chrysler's infotainment system. The Dodge Durango SRT comes standard with an 8.4-inch Uconnect infotainment system, which has Apple CarPlay, it has Android Auto. It's super easy to use, very smooth, no glitchiness. It's just quick and easy. Main thing here on the SRT Durango is the SRT dashboard. Once you get here, you can change your drive modes. You can go to performance pages, and then you have something called race options where you can activate launch control. But let's go back into performance pages for a second. And if you're a performance buff, there's a lot of info here. There's a dyno, there's a engine readout, G-force, your gauges, and your timer. So this thing constantly calculates your 0 to 60, 0 to 100 braking distance and gives you your last best and the best you've done. I've hit 0 to 60. My best time is 4.6 seconds. But yeah, it constantly calculates those things. So if you're a performance buff, you will definitely love hanging out at this area. You can also take a picture. I can't right now because I don't have any storage media installed, but you can take a picture on any of the SRT dashboard screens to save and share to your social media or whatever. The seats are insanely comfortable and it's insanely windy outside, so I'm gonna get inside. But you have heated and cooled front seats, heated second row captain chairs, and heated steering, all standard. Those are not optional, that's standard. Those things should be standard at a car in this price tag. Second row legroom comes in at 38.6 inches. Once you get back here, it's very comfortable. A lot of legroom for somebody of my size at 6 foot tall. You get your own climate control. You get your own USB ports and heated seats back here. So yeah, pretty nice and comfortable. You also get a center armrest, for storage of things. Oh, there's also a USB and cigarette lighter charger in there. So yes, it is nice back here. Third row passengers get 31.5 inches of leg room. To get into the third row, pull that, then you just pull this red strap. And that's a lot of room to get into the third row. That's amazing. To be honest, Screw all that automatic folding seat thing. I'm just gonna get back here really quick. All right. Dude, guys, it's super windy outside. So once you're back here, no really USB, just cup holders to enjoy. But let's put this back. Not bad. I mean, I'm good for a short ride, but it is comfortable back here as well. But I love the fact that it's so easy to just get back here. There's no like automated gizmo shit going on. You could just do it and you're back here. Love the steering on the Dodge Durango SRT. It's very thick, very beefy, nice to hold. That sounds weird. It's got paddle shifters. It's got all the controls right at your fingertips, and the SRT lights up and glows at night. I don't have a sunroof, but yes, it is optional for $1,295. It's not a panoramic sunroof, but dude, this nice micro suede roof liner. But yeah, sunroof for $1,295, you can get it, but I don't have it. Since Dr. Dre sold Beats by Dre, you now have a Harman Kardon sound system for $995. It's a good sound system, but it is super bass heavy, and as you can see, it's really windy, and I'm holding the door with my foot, so I'm gonna let this go. For the sheer size and weight of this thing, the Dodge Durango SRT handles surprisingly well. Dodge didn't just take a big engine and throw it into the Durango, they actually upgraded a lot of other things to help performance. They added stiffer springs, stiffer rear sway bar, beefier brakes, and an active damping system that really helps us perform like a sporty SUV. Yeah, you would think it would feel like a boat, but it doesn't. There's no giant nosedive when you brake really hard. The overall drive and composure of this thing leaves you feeling confident when you're pushing it really hard. When you're accelerating really hard, or you're braking really hard, or taking sharp turns, you don't feel like you're gonna lose control, or this thing is, you know, having a lot of body motion. Would have loved to be in today's video, but I have been fighting bronchitis and the flu for the past 4 days, so. But to answer your question and to wrap this up, I would absolutely get a Dodge Durango SRT. If you've been dreaming about buying a giant sporty SUV, but didn't want to spend more than $95,000 on a BMW X7 M50i or a Mercedes-Benz or Mercedes-AMG GLS 63, the Dodge Durango SRT and its sibling, the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT and the Trackhawk, are great options in this segment. You will not be disappointed just by the performance of this thing. Yes, the interior could be a little bit modernized, but I love what Fiat Chrysler Group are doing here. And I can't wait to see a Dodge Durango Hellcat, especially a Dodge Durango Hellcat wide body. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Omar Drives, because that's where I get all the questions that I answer in these videos. I'll see you next time. Make sure you hit subscribe and share the channel with your friends who love cars. Let them know about me.